Hello and welcome to the Ripple Report. Hey, this is a podcast where we get together and talk everything Alovea and the Hope Movement. My name's Craig Smith. I host the Ripple Report, and this is officially our first one. This is kind of exciting, and if you're going to have the first one, you might as well have the people that founded the company on, because there's no better way to start off a podcast that way. So today we are going to go through and introduce you guys to the founders of this company, Alovea, and really get to know what makes them tick. And, you know, of course, I'm talking about Sam and Linda Castor. And, you know, I love this story because Sam and Linda, you guys talk about this book you read, How You Can Change the World, or it's titled something like that. And most people read a book like that and they go, oh, interesting. And then they go read Netflix or they go watch Netflix. Like, nobody then goes to go try to change the world. But that's what you guys have been doing with this company, with this Hope Movement. And Sam, did you ever imagine where you were at earlier in life that one day your picture would be hanging in the fifth largest economy's president's library, a picture of you beside, I think it's beside Malala, I think it's beside Gandhi. Like, those are pretty legendary names, and Sam Castor and what the two of you guys have accomplished. So I'd love to introduce you guys to the Ripple Report podcast. And Sam, maybe you could kick it off. Like, who is Sam and Linda Castor? What made you really believe you could change the world? And you know, talk a little bit about Alovea to people who are watching this maybe for the first time.
Well, thanks, Craig. It's great to be here. Yeah, the book is How to Change the World. That's
literally what it's called.
Title, huh? Well, you know, I licensed the exclusive rights to a technology in the 1990s that I really thought could transform healthcare. It was the patent was owned by a pharmaceutical company, but it was a natural, non-toxic ingredient. They couldn't bring it through traditional medicine, so they were looking for a distribution partner. And I just believe that technology was one of those unique technologies that can absolutely transform an entire industry. But what made me believe that we could change the world was the first time we actually used it, which wasn't in the setting of our not-for-profit. We were supporting a orphanage organization out of Romania, just financially. You know, that was just our personal passion. We adopted all of our children, so fatherless children have always been part of our family, part of our mission. And so I was over there talking to the head caregiver of an organization, and I was just having a conversation. I said, what's the biggest challenge you have with the kids here in Romania? And she said, it's the health of our children. They're sick all the time. And because of immune suppression, they're highly susceptible to every kind of chronic and infectious disease. So one child gets sick and they all get sick. And we lose 30 to 40 kids a year. That's our biggest problem. And I'm sitting here with the technology which had already had $100 million worth of research showing how it could optimize the immune system's response to exactly that. And I just knew that I knew in my heart that we could make a difference in those children's lives. So I said, let me just send you some of this product and let's just see what happens. And so we did. And the next year we reconnected, and she said, our kids are healthier than we've ever seen them. And for the first time in over a decade, not one child died.
Oh my goodness.
And at that point, Craig, we felt like, I don't know about changing the world, but I know we can meet the needs of the world's most vulnerable children with this technology. And so from that, we created Manna Relief 25 years ago to go out and raise the money to provide this unique Ace Manna technology to the world's most vulnerable children.
Wow. Well, and Sam, you know, first of all, that's amazing. Like, it's such an incredible story to think where that started. Linda, I want to go to you for a second because, like, what did you think when you got that call from that the caregiver of the orphanage, and then you guys are starting Manna Relief? That was 25 years ago. Like, what were you thinking the impact you'd really have back then? And then thinking about where you are today, I don't even know the total number of nourishments you guys have provided around the world, but where do you see it going in the future?
Well, what I thought when that happened was I knew that Ace Manna was an amazing product. But I then realized when we got that report about those children that we've been given a gift. And in my opinion, Ace Mannon is one of the greatest gifts that God has given us. Sam and I both pretty much, we won't put a limit on vision because the vision can be much, much greater than we think. As much as we think we can do, a vision, a true dream goes way, way beyond what our capacity to dream and hope is. So, and we've seen that in the 25 years of Manna Relief. But I believe it's also about stewardship. That's really important to me and Sam. So I believe we've been given a gift of Ace Mannon and that we're to steward it in a way that benefits all of mankind. So anyone that takes this product, takes Ace Mannon, is benefited. But not only that, because of our social business, a child is benefited. And like Sam said, I don't know if we can change the world. I think we can, because we have no idea when we give Ace Manna to these children, and then they have a better quality of life. And it's like, it is the ripple effect. Then they feel better about themselves, and then their self-worth improves. And then they can have hopes and dreams because now they know they have a quality of life that will help them to achieve that. So we don't know that one of these children that we're helping will do something phenomenal in the world. We don't know that, but the fact that we get to be a part of the possibility of that is astounding to me. And it overwhelms me and it humbles me to know that I am part of something so big, bigger than we could think or dream or ask or imagine.
Oh my goodness. First of all, Linda, the more we have you on these podcasts, the more you're never going to get off them. So I just want to make sure you've cleared the schedule for the next couple of years. Sam, that line was incredible. Like, our vision sees no boundaries. Like, I mean, that is phenomenal. And, you know, I think it's pretty fascinating what you guys chose to do because, you know, true, you know, it takes a huge amount of faith to go in what you guys had created previously in your life to say, no, Manna Relief, we want to take it to this next level. And we really want to profoundly run our business with this. You talked about it earlier, buy one, nourish one, a true social business. And Sam, you guys actually founded Alovea in 2020. You've now over 50 million servings faster at a faster pace than you've ever been raising it because every single nourishment in a product from Alovea. So maybe can you touch on, especially for brand new social business partners that are listening to this today, or maybe even guests that want to know who you are before they make the decision to join the company. But can you touch on a little bit, what is Alovea? You know, the cornerstone of the products, obviously with this Ace Mannon, but also where this company is going and the impact it's going to have from your perspective.
Well, you know, as Linda said, we're 25 years old this coming year with Manna Relief. And the struggle for all not-for-profits is funding. You know, we were impacting hundreds of thousands of kids around the world, but 7 million kids die every year. And so the charity model was not going to take us where we felt like we could make a global impact. And one of our distribution partners, the president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, former president, invited me to the first international symposium on social entrepreneurship. And it was at that symposium that I saw the possibility of linking our charitable program, Manna Relief, with a business strategy to create sustainable funding. And at that event, we talked about what is the biggest challenge in the world that social business could actually make an impact on. And all of the people at the conference said the number one challenge in the world that we think could be solved, or at least addressed, is the growing epidemic of poor health and disease. And that we had a technology like Ace Mannon, we could provide it to the world. Now, here's the key to the buy one, give one model that I learned down there. The key to success is that the recipient of the purchase, whoever buys the product, has got to get as good a response from that product as the recipient of the donation.
That makes sense.
That's the only thing that creates sustainability. And so we talked about how many people are actually sick in the world today. Over 3 billion live with one or more chronic conditions. Every one of them is looking for a better solution because there is no good solution in modern healthcare for those challenges. So what if we could optimize their immune system's response to those chronic conditions? You know, all we need is 7 million of those people to say, that's worth a try. We think we can improve our quality of life to link to the needs of 7 million children. We don't need 3 billion. We need 7 million consumers. And listen, Craig, when we achieve that goal, because I think we will, I think they will write textbooks about how we did this.
Well, Sam, you're on a podcast now, so they made you a podcast about it.
Right.
I know you're fascinated with textbooks and your legal pad, but there is technology. They may make a movie. We got a lot to show you. I'm having a little bit of fun. For our listeners that maybe have not met Sam and Linda before, Sam's advancement in the world of technology is coming along quickly here. That's why we're honored to have you on this podcast. But how fascinating to think you guys have started something that is having that ripple effect, that having that impact. One of the things the company does is actually track the ripples. So you'll see it's over 50 million ripples, and everybody has it on their phone. It's an app that you can have. And, to surpass 50 million, but like you said, there's a long way to go. But it really comes at the cornerstone of the product. So I'm going to throw a fun little question for both of you guys to help kind of wrap up with. But first of all, what is your favorite one or two go-to products with Alovea that, like, every day this is a product you absolutely love? Because you talked about it, the product has to have our value to us because we're trying to get us healthier. So Linda, what's your favorite go-to product?
Immune, number one. No matter what, I will always take Immune. I can't imagine why everyone wouldn't want to take Immune. It is, I believe, just a phenomenal. I will use that word. I think it's a phenomenal product. So Immune. And my second one personally is Limitless.
Your immune limitless combination, pretty powerful when you can handle your immune system and your inflammation simultaneously, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Very nice. Sam, what about you?
Well, I like Immune. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't live without it. I also like the Vitality because it's whole food sourced vitamins and minerals instead of synthetics. And we're all deficient in the foods that we eat today. And then Limitless, which is the most powerful, inflammation controlling technology that exists in the world. And you put those three together, and you really have a very powerful combination of nutritional support that can make a difference. I was just thinking, we were with our grandson last night. His favorite product is Hope Pops.
Explain that for people that don't know Hope Pops.
Well, we take the Ace Mannin, the Immune, and we put it into a sugar-free lollipop that we call a Hope Pop. And our grandson just lit up last night. It's how my daughter bribes him to go take a bath or go to bed
to do
or
anything.
whatever.
She offers him a Hope Pop, but that was when he opened. Sam pulled that out. His eyes lit up, and he's just chomping at the bit to get it. He loves them, and what a great thing to give children or adult children to take the pops too. But what a great thing for children to get Ace Man into their body.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to choose a product.
Yeah, it's very hard to choose a product because there's so many amazing ones. But it's kind of fascinating what you guys have done is because, like, even this drink that is trying to match the color of your shirt there, Linda, this is focus. And like, I love having afternoon focus. And we're so used to, it was funny that the pop story you told me about, I was thinking the old days, you probably would have given them a Tootsie Pop. Remember those old Tootsie Pop rolls or things like that are filled with sugar? But now you're building real things that people can have on a daily basis. But every one of the products have that Ace Mannin technology, like the Powerhouse, the Immune, which has, the highest capacity of it, but every product has it. And I loved what you said, Sam. The impact it has to have for us has to be equally as strong as what it's doing for children around the world with our mission. So powerful stuff. So last question for you guys. So, there are people here joining that are just brand new joined to the Hope Movement, watching the first podcast. And then, of course, every week we're going to have different podcasts and all types of different stories. Or there may be somebody watching this kind of making the decision that, do they want to get involved and be a social business partner or a customer? So I'll let you both finish up with any kind of message you would like to share for those people listening in.
Well, I think everyone needs to join our company because we have the best Ace Mannin ever created. It's just amazing. Our family's been taking Ace Mannin for 25 years or so now, and the quality of health that we have is just pretty unprecedented. And it's not, we're not immoral. We don't, it's not that we don't get things, but when we do, our body's much more able to fight things off. And then again, what we can do with this same ACE Mannan for orphans, like we've already talked about. So I think that this is something everyone should be a part of for yourself, and especially the age we live in today, where there's so many different diseases and germs and viruses and that type of thing, that why wouldn't we want to take the best thing we have to fight that off from ourselves? And then when we do that, we get to help children. There's a scripture that says the pure and undefiled religion is helping widows and orphans. So I say God's not talking about religion as a doctrine or theology. He's saying what's pure and undefiled, helping orphans. So I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of something that's pure and undefiled. I want to be a part of changing children's lives. I want to be a part of one day looking back and hopefully it's one of these children saying, because of what Manna Relief did for me, because of the product that I got from Alovea, I now can accomplish ... whatever it is. I want to be a part of something that's so big, much bigger than I could ever dream of. And I'm a big dreamer. I have big visions, but I want to be a part of something that goes way beyond that. And what we have does it. Alovea, Manna Relief, there is nothing that compares to it.
Yeah, Craig, I would say
Hey,
that.
Sam, I got goosebumps there.
Yeah.
Are you going to outdo that one? Are you going to outdo that one? Because that was pretty impressive.
Probably not. But you said both of us, so I'll just talk. Hey, listen, inside of everybody is the desire to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And everybody has to make a living doing something. I tell people all the time, we're blessed to be able to do this because we can make a great income through social entrepreneurship. It's bringing breakthrough technologies that can transform healthcare and make a difference in the world's most vulnerable. Everybody benefits financially, spiritually, emotionally. Everything about your life can become a life of significance if you plug into the right vehicle. And I just want to encourage everybody out there to take a real hard look at this vehicle because there's nothing like it in the world.
Awesome.
Can I just add one? Sam?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
Okay. When Sam used the word transformative, I would say that's our word. I would say that Alovea is a transformative company in so many ways. And we not only transform ourselves, but children. So I love that word. So I'm going to say Alovea is a transformative company.
I feel a new hashtag is coming out of this podcast. That's what's going to be added in all of our posts moving forward. Well, look, Sam, Linda, it was an honor having you part of the first Ripple Report podcast. And for everybody listening in, every week we're going to be posting new Ripple Report podcasts where we'll be talking to pretty much everything around the Hope Movement, from the products to the people to success stories to impact with the overall impact with the children that we're impacting around the world. So tune in for the rest of them. And Sam and Linda, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Bye.
Craig. Thank you.